What's up, guys? It's your boy Dirty Mike with Dirty Mike Crypto back with another video. I'm finally going to get to do the video that I've been waiting to do on a project that I could not be any more bullish about. And I am talking about AUSMT, or the Aussie mining token. Now, for those of you guys that aren't familiar with this project, the Aussie mining token is a project that has built the first solar and renewable energy Bitcoin mining operation in all of Australia. So basically, these guys' utility is to make money. It doesn't get any better than that, to be honest with you. You can see from the pictures right here, you have a bunch of solar panels, you have some wind turbines, and that is going to generate the energy that it takes to mine the Bitcoin. Now, we all know that mining Bitcoin is very bad for the environment, wastes a ton of energy. So what these guys are doing is they're creating their own renewable energy source via the wind and the solar panels, and they are going to be mining Bitcoin with this. Now, in addition to that, this is deflationary to the point to where they have already burned 99% of the circulating supply. So as of the video right here, they have a little under 975 million tokens in circulation, and every Bitcoin that they mine, they are going to mine they're going to burn a little over 50% of that to just keep decreasing the supply and increasing the value of the token. It's an absolutely brilliant idea, and they have about 500 holders so far. And they've had some serious runs so far with this. So it's still very early, and there's still a lot of money to be made in this project once this kind of gets close to the 1,000 holder mark and they can apply for Coin Market Cap and CoinGecko. I anticipate this project really exploding. They just turned the miners on last Saturday. They had a big party, and the burning has begun. They love the burn stuff down there in Australia. Mr. Miner has built a great operation here, and we're going to briefly go over the website, and then we're going to take a look at the white paper and kind of see where they're at right now and where they're at moving forward. So if we scroll up a little bit, we have two phases to the roadmap. We have the pre-launch and we have the post-launch. We're already through the pre-launch phases, which was making the website, creating the social medias, minting the token, a little bit of marketing and such. I'll leave this up for a second for you to look. Right now, we are in phase 2 of the post-launch. So they've already listed on PancakeSwap. They secured the property lease. They've already got the ASIC miners in. They've built the hut, and now they are starting their massive marketing push right now. So as of right now of recording of this video, the miners are making money, and that money is going to be partially burned and then partially distributed out in other ways as well. So we're going to take a deep dive into the white paper in just a moment, but I want to briefly go over these NFTs and kind of take a look at some of these because they're really beautiful. They did launch an NFT. And if you were lucky enough to be able to purchase one of these, they used the funds to, put some of the money towards a farm to kind of get everything purchased and running. And what you do with these NFTs is by holding them, you're going to get a percentage of the Bitcoin mined kicked back to you. So you'll not only make money on the token via the token going up, and you get paid a reflection based on the amount of tokens burned. So you're going to get buys and sells. You're going to get paid in your native token of AUSMT, and that'll increase your bag. And then in addition to that, if you hold one of these NFTs, you're going to get a percentage of the Bitcoin that is mined. Now we'll go over this a little bit deeper when we take a look at the white paper here in a second here. Let's start from the top here. Aussie mining token, or AUSMT, is Australia's first 100% renewable energy mining farm. And they do believe that mining should be sustainable and accessible to all. We all know that across the world, the cost for energy, land, and equipment have shut out large segments of the population from being able to contribute, support, and benefit from mining. This has left the vast majority of mining in the hands of the already wealthy and powerful. If you guys have ever done a little bit of crypto mining yourselves, you know how expensive these machines are to buy. high and how expensive and costly they are to run. So at the same time, environmental concerns and in some instances increasing energy costs in the public have necessitated a shift away from using traditional energy sources for mining. So AUSMT aims to remedy this through its visionary founder and strong community and its pledge to use only 100% renewable energy. So, I mean, this is one of the best utilities that I've honestly seen. They're going to make money. And that's what you want with a project. You want a clear vision on how to make money, and the fact that they're doing it in a way that is healthy for the environment and using 100% renewable energy that they're creating is, very admirable for sure. So let's learn a little bit about the founder, and that is going to be Mr. Miner himself, Andrew Bell. So he is the founder and owner of AUSMT, and it's Andrew's vision for AUSMT to be the first 100% renewable energy power blockchain mining farm in Australia. His experience is going to be described further below and are what inspired and led him on a path to create AUSMT. He is former Australian military, and while in the military, he witnessed to the emotional and mental health challenges suffered by some and have been deployed to conflicts around the world. Witnessing these challenges motivated Andrew to focus on what was most important to him, family. So with family in mind, Andrew was determined to find a way to build something meaningful, something for his four children that his four children could be proud of, and something that would be a positive force in the world. If it could create financial freedom and generational wealth for his family as well as other parts of his community, that would be an added bonus. So Andrew's path started, like a lot of ours did, was trying to be a day trader in stocks. And, it's not necessarily a viable route to achieving goals. It's very difficult to time the market. So he decided to start doing cryptocurrency, and with the focus on Bitcoin. Several years ago, he came to the conclusion that crypto mining was the viable path to achieving his goals. So it would also afford him the opportunity to do something he's always had a passion for, building something from the ground up. So since then, Andrew has been testing, learning, and researching new strategies to maximize mining efficiency and profitability. So in late 2021, Andrew, or Mr. Miner as we like to call him, began working towards his goal of bringing crypto mining and its potential for financial freedom and generational wealth to others. And through this, AUSMT was born. So it goes on to talk about the strong community. These guys have such a vivid and active Telegram group. I am a member of the group, and just people are participating around the clock and just very excited about this project. They do hold weekly video chat sessions called toolbox meetings, and they do have social media competitions as well. So, they really include the community in this. They will be updating the website shortly, as we had seen. They know that strong community isn't something you can buy. It's something that takes sincere effort to create. But once created, a strong community is a resource that contributes to the strength, vitality, and long-term viability of any project. So simply put, AUSMT knows that building something together is always more fun than building something alone. So here's their pledge to use 100% renewable energy. It's no secret that the use of traditional energy for mining has been and continues to be damaging to the environment. In some places, the use of traditional energy for mining has even increased energy costs for the general public. So, we all know how terrible it is and how much of a suck it is on the energy grid, and, that can actually increase your bill. So simply put, it's no longer prudent or sustainable to mine without any regard for where the energy use comes from or how it's generated. So AUSMT aims to remedy this with a pledge to use only 100% renewable energy. This means that all energy used by AUSMT for mining will be from solar, wind, and or hydropower. And they believe it's the only way to ethically mine. I do kind of believe that this is going to be the future. There's a lot of heat on some of these Bitcoin mining facilities around the world of just, how much energy they are consuming and sucking. So, if this can be one of the first of its kind, I think that a lot of this is going to gain a lot of traction, and a lot of people are kind of going to jump on board with this as a viable way to mine crypto around the world. So the path to implementation, the mining company, the solar company. So AUSMT plans to create two companies, a mining company and the solar company. The mining company will purchase and manage the miners. After expenses are paid, a portion of its earnings will be paid to the solar company. And the solar company will purchase and manage the solar generators and its accompanying equipment. It'll also provide energy to the mining company. So by creating the solar company, AUSMT will be able to more easily apply and qualify for government-provided rebates for the purchase and installation of renewable energy equipment, and number two, year-end tax credits. The rebates could be considerable, including up to 50% of the total price to purchase the solar equipment. So they do give you tax breaks, in Australia for doing this. So it looks like this is definitely going to qualify for it. AUSMT also look for ways to make sure every dollar spent goes further. By doing so, AUSMT will be able to maximize value for token and NFT holders. So let's get into the tokenomics of it and find out how we're going to make money on this one. So every buy, sell, and transfer transaction of AUSMT is taxed 8%. 6% being used for native reflections back to the holders. So every time somebody buys or sells or transfers, 6% of that is being distributed back to a holder via the AUSMT token. So every time there's a buy, sell, or transfer, you're getting more AUSMT into your bag and filling up. 2% of that is also being added to the liquidity pool to keep it nice and strong to prevent big swings in case whales inevitably sell. The mining tokenomics are as follows. Now, this is the really exciting part here. The mining company's net earnings will be used as follows. 51% of the Bitcoin mined will buy back and burn the AUSMT token. That is just a massive, massive, massive amount of burn. Being that they've already burned 99% of the circulating supply, now to additionally do 51% of everything that's mined back to it, it's only going to make your bag increase in value as the number of circulating tokens just decreases and decreases and keeps getting burned. So out of the 100%, 51% goes to a buyback and burn. 10% of the profit goes to the expansion of miners, GPUs, and ASICs to keep buying more and increasing the size of the farm. And then 39% of the profit is paid to the solar company. Now, the breakdown of that 35% is as follows. 25% of it is the expansion of off-grid solar equipment, 9% goes to marketing, and 5% of company costs. So they're putting a big portion of the profits, back into the company to increase their supply of ASIC miners and GPUs, and also of solar equipment to keep expanding. So AUSMT believes these tokenomics are unmatched in the value they will bring to all holders of AUSMT. So it is truly hyper-deflationary. Prior to the launch and shortly thereafter, just under 99% of all AUSMT were taken out of circulation and being sent to a burn wallet. This left approximately 1 billion AUSMT in circulation. So this means that 99% of all native reflections generated from the transaction tax are also burned. This, in conjunction with the 51% of all mining net earnings being used for buyback and burn of AUSMT, means that AUSMT may just be one of the most hyper-deflationary tokens in the cryptocurrency space. Personally speaking, being involved with a few tokens that do buyback and burns, I've never seen a project that is quite this aggressive in their burn structure. They've already done 99% and now 51% of all mining earnings are going to use for a buyback and burn. This is truly hyper-deflationary. So all ongoing project funding will be driven by the earnings generated by renewable mining. As the transaction tokenomics illustrate, all 8% of the transaction tax will directly benefit AUSMT holders via native token reflections, which is the 6%, and the liquidity pool growth. All marketing, development, and expansion and upkeep expenses are completely dependent on earnings generated by mining. So let's go down to the next page, at page 11 here. They really do believe that transparency is key. Unlike many other projects, AUSMT appreciates the importance and value of trust building. I will say right from the very beginning, Andy, Mr. Miner, has been on all the video calls, fully doxed, and you're seeing his face everywhere. He's not hiding behind avatars or anything like that. He's putting his face front and center in front of this project. And if you're proud of your project, I think that's what you should do. I'm sick of seeing people hiding behind avatars and you not really knowing who you're dealing with. With AUSMT, they're proud of what they're doing and they're putting their face right at the forefront of it. So they also are committing to the following: a KYC by a third party of the founder and all board members, docs of the founder and the community, which has already been done. They're going to get the smart contract audited, do regularly scheduled video calls every week, and then once operational, a third-party audit of the miner's hash rate. So they just became operational, so this looks like something that will be done in the near future. So their mining strategy, as described earlier, the visionary founder also had extensive experience mining, and through the experience, they hope to become one of the most efficient and environmentally conscious and profitable mining operations. In simple terms, the strategy is to mine the most profitable coin available at any given time. To begin, AUSMT plans to mine Bitcoin. However, at different times, it may be more profitable to mine a different coin or combination of coins. Regardless of which coin is being mined, the mining tokenomics remain the same, of the 51% burn. So shortly after mining operations have commenced, a contracted mining strategist is expected to be added to the team to help maximize mining efficiency and profitability. Let's go over some of the specs on the farm right here. They have a 7-acre property of land located an hour outside of Sydney, Australia. They currently have one hut that is completely filled to the brim with ASIC miners, but they plan on building more huts as more funds become available for that, as we had talked about earlier. For the solar, contractors already be selected, and the solar panels and inverters have already been implemented. The wind turbines have already been set up. And then the small-scale hydropower turbine prototypes have already been developed, and if needed, will be installed on a larger scale on the farm. So probably as energy consumption it grows with this project and with this farm, they will need to possibly go to hydropower as well. So for the mining, AUSMT will use a combination of application-specific integrated circuits, or ASIC miners, and the graphic processing units, which are the cards that go in there that make it fast. So they have state-of-the-art equipment with this kind of stuff. These are really, really expensive miners, and they do a great job, and they are the fastest, on the market. So, they have their stuff together with this. Now, something else that they have here, which is really cool, that may benefit somebody who, maybe has one or two of these miners at home, but doesn't necessarily, want to use their own power. And their own mining pool, is they have their own AUSMT mining pool, and this pool allows individuals from all around the world to connect to AUSMT's pool. And as of writing, 13 coins are available to be mined, with fees ranging from 0.5% to 1%. So by being part of this pool, individual miners will be able to benefit from the increased mining efficiency. So by joining into this pool, you get to use their efficient system that they have there to mine with your own equipment. So any fees that they're collecting from this pool, the 0.5% to 1%, after expenses are paid, will be used in accordance with the mining tokenomics described earlier. So let's read about safety and security with this, because obviously this is a very expensive operation to have in the wide open on a farm. So as the farm moves from hypothetical to real world, which it is right now, AUSMT is paying particular attention to ensuring the property and equipment is both safe and secure. For example, the farm is private property and will have physical security measures in place, such as fences, gates, and surveillance. In addition to traditional security measures, AUSMT is also exploring other proven crime prevention strategies. Sorry, that's a tongue twister there. So, they're definitely taking security seriously on this, because, this is their livelihood, and this is a lot of expensive equipment that they are using for this project. So I would definitely expect them to take this as seriously as they do. Now, here's a breakdown for how the NFTs are going to work. So right after they launched, 505 of those Lightning Bolt NFTs were minted, and that yielded approximately $50,000 US in profit. So the funds raised are used use to purchase the equipment for the farm, such as the miners and everything. So here are the payouts as followed. Bitcoin rewards are accrued daily, and they get paid out once a month to begin at a future date. So once begun, the Bitcoin rewards will be accrued daily and paid out in increasing amounts over 6-month increments until reaching a maximum daily accrual of 0.00054 Bitcoin. So here's a breakdown of some of the numbers right here. If you guys want to crunch the math yourselves, feel free to do it. I'll leave it up for a second. So basically, the rewards for holding these Generation 1 NFTs is paid out from the earnings of the mining company is treated as an expense. At this time, the only way to procure one of these Generation 1 NFTs is to purchase it from another holder. Over time, the expectation is that these Generation 1 NFTs will become more scarce as AUSMT attempts to purchase them back and burn them. So they have sold all these out right away, and now the only way that you could buy these is on the secondary market, probably for a pretty good increase in price, because these NFTs make you real world money. So they probably will be coming out with more of them as time goes on. So we went over the roadmap a little bit earlier in the different phases right now that we are in the post-launch. And then we have the standard disclaimers at the bottom. We all know cryptocurrency is the Wild West, and that there comes risk to all this. Nothing is a sure deal, so you always want to do your due diligence when you invest your money in any project. But, I think as you kind of check out this project, you're going to see the benefit and the value of this. So definitely do your own research on it, and hopefully you will come to the same conclusion that I have with this, is that this is a money-making and burning machine. And I expect really big things from these guys in the months and years to come. Well, that's all I got for tonight, guys. I wanted to do a deep dive into this token. I will be doing some future videos on AUSMT, but they're going to be smaller videos that we're going to break down, certain features of each of them. This was kind of just a, quick, overrun of everything that they have going on. I realize this was a lot of information to drop at one time, so feel free to, definitely go back and listen to some of the things I've said again if you want to catch it a little closer. But in the next upcoming weeks, I'm going to be putting out some smaller videos on some of the individual utilities and functions. So that'll dive a little bit deeper into it. So please do your boy a favor and smash that like button and become a sub. I do put out daily content for you guys, and if you find value in this, I hope that you will join the Dirty Mike crew. That's all I got for tonight, guys. Thank you guys so much for everything as always, and I will be back with another video shortly. Have a great night.